Hey Facebook. Hello, it's Anna here. How you doing? Make sure you say hey when you jump on, whether you're watching this live or you're watching the replay. Please say hey. I always love to know who's hanging out and who's watching. Before I begin, it's very important that I show you my nails because I got my nails redone today, as you can tell. I went for like a rainbow kind of transition of like pink to purple. I'm very, very pleased with it at the moment. I'm going through a very feminine kind of stage. Oh, someone's there. Say hey. Say hey. And I'll even do the crazy and show you my setup right now. I'm sitting here against the wall with a doona on me because Melbourne's decided to go crazy cold out of nowhere. It's been so warm. Hey, Ashley. Hey, lovely. It's just decided to go crazy cold, and so now I can't even sit outside in the beautiful sun, and it's okay because we're leaving. Oh, thanks for all the love. Thanks for all the love hearts. We're leaving Melbourne in like, what are we now? About 2 months, just over 2 months. We're leaving, so it's okay. We're getting out of the cold before the winter hopefully hits really badly, but still, like, it's a little bit crazy. This is my setup right now. You can see, like, there is the rest of my setup right now of like pre-packing, everything that we're getting ready for, in terms of just starting to get things into suitcases. And oh my God, I'm sitting here next to my wardrobe. I won't even show you that because that is crazy. I need to get that situation sorted. I need to get that sorted. Anyway, I'm already going off on tangents. So now that I've showed you my nails, you're coming to Melbourne in a couple of months. No, don't do that. I mean, look, Melbourne's beautiful even in winter. You just have to have the right outfits for it, right? You have to make sure you've got your boots, your selection of amazing boots, amazing jackets, amazing, like, you know, skivvies and like warm things. I know a lot of people that absolutely love winter type weather. Like, you're not going to freeze, but it's very wet. It's very dreary. It's very not amazing. But I know a lot of people who love winter fashion and they love that kind of stuff. And Melbourne's always amazing and always things happening. So I cannot at all say that that's not worth it. Just come prepared. Or don't come prepared and go shopping. Do all the shopping. To live for a few months, I'm going to freeze. Yeah, you are. Yeah. That's so funny that you're coming just as I'm leaving. You'll love it. Melbourne's amazing. Just like I said, you know, be prepared and be prepared to go shop your little heart out for amazing boots and other fashion and stuff because it's incredible here. It's incredible. Yeah, from the Gold Coast, yeah, it's not going to... you're going to have a bit of a shock, trust me. Especially when you're used to, like on the Gold Coast, when winter comes, like weather gets nice and you get these beautiful days, day after day. Not the case here. Not the case here. But you'll have a blast. It's incredible. Why do I always forget to turn my sound off? There we go. That'll help. New adventures. Exactly. I'm headed for the sun. I'm headed to Europe. You're headed for Melbourne for the cold. It's fine. All right. Cool. All right. Good tangent. Thanks, Ashley. So, I want to talk about something that doesn't get talked about enough, I think, and and I understand why, because there's a stigma, I guess, around looking a certain way online and looking as though, you know, you have it all together and you have it all sorted and you know everything and you're amazing and all of your clients are just like breaking records and, you know, flying and all that kind of stuff. And I get it. Obviously, nobody wants to work with someone who's crap at whatever they happen to do. Obviously, right? But this isn't about that, right? This is about when you have clients... You are distracting, but it's okay. I love you anyway. I always have time for your distractions, Ashley. You are a superstar. Always have time for your distractions. See, just like that, you made me stop mid-sentence. So there is that sort of stigma around that I shouldn't say that I'm I'm doing, that my clients aren't getting results, right? Whatever it happens to be. I know that there was one of the big things that came up when I was a personal trainer years ago. That was a big problem. And it's very much so in the coaching world as well, whether you're doing like life coaching or relationship coaching, mindset coaching, business coaching, whatever it is, right? Nobody wants to be the one to say, my clients aren't getting results, right? And I know for me as well, I've had clients in the past, especially in the personal training world, where they weren't getting results, right? They were coming in week after week, month after month, year after year even. And don't get me wrong, I had plenty of clients who were getting incredible results in weeks, in months, definitely in years, right? But there were some who just weren't. And apart from the ones that you can just straight away tell, they're obviously they don't actually have any real goals, so therefore, of course, not much is going to change. I'm talking about the ones who actually have real goals, like it might be someone who has a decent amount of weight to lose in personal training, or it might be someone who wants to really get out of a relationship that's debilitating for them, or they really want to be in a relationship with someone they love and they've been single for so long and they can't find the right person, and they really have something within them, something that they really do want to have, but they're not getting the results. They're not actually getting anywhere with it. And as a coach, that is really hard to accept a lot of the time. It's something that's very difficult, because I believe that most of us, and tell me if this is you, tell me if this resonates with you, if you happen to be a coach or a mentor in any way, you want to see the people, you got into this industry to help people, right? Tell me if this resonates with you, if this is you, right? You got into this industry because you want to support people, you want to help people, you want to help them to have maybe what you have, or have their version of their success, or whatever it is. You want to see them succeed. You want to see people's lives improve, right? That's what you got into it for. You got into it for those reasons. And when it's not happening, when your clients are not getting the results, when their lives aren't changing, when things aren't progressing the way that you hoped they would, it's very difficult not to take that personally. Yeah, I know you get it, Ashley, definitely. It can be really difficult not to take it personally, because you want so badly for them to succeed, and a lot of us as well are very empathic, whatever the word is. And so we can see someone's potential, right? So this is probably you as well, Ashley. Like, you can see someone's potential within them for what they are, what they have inside of them that can come out, that is their power, that is their truth, that is their message, that is them, really just living their life on purpose. And you can see all of that potential in there. And it almost feels like a little stab at you when they don't take it, right? Especially if you're in the position where, and I know this happens a lot more than people realize, which is why I want to say this. It happens a lot where someone will say, yes, I'm all in. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to make this happen. This is, I'm all in. And then they disappear. They just don't know where they went. They've just disappeared. You're chasing them. You're trying to help them. You're like, please, come to me. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me how I can help. I'm here. I'm here to help. And they're just gone. Just gone. That's it. And you don't know what happened. And at some point, they resurface. They resurface, and then they just come out of nowhere. And you're like, where have you been? And they're like, oh, no, I'm here. I'm back. I just had a bit of a spell, but I'm back and I'm really into it and that kind of stuff. And then again, it just doesn't go anywhere and doesn't go anywhere. And this can go on for months. This can go on for years, right? And it can really start to make you feel like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I inspire this person enough to make lasting change, right? One says, does your sweater have a hood? Yeah, it does. Don't know why that's relevant. Ashley, I completely know what you're saying, but sometimes people don't show up 100%, or maybe they do for a few weeks. Yeah, absolutely. And look, I've been there too. I'm not going to lie. I've definitely said hell yes to something and gone, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then, sabotaged and got out of it. And that's a big one, the sabotage part of it. And so I understand where it comes from. It comes from a place of self-worth, right? Where you don't actually believe that you are worthy of the stuff that you're moving up and into, right? And moving, so you've got a coach for whatever it is, but you don't really truly deep down believe you're worthy. So once you start taking some action, once you start taking some steps and moving forward, you feel that need to sabotage yourself because you don't actually believe you deserve it, and now you're getting too close to actually maybe getting it. So it can be, you know, really, I understand that because that's how I was with my fitness for many years. If you know that I actually battled myself out of binge eating disorder, right? Because that was my big sabotage. I was a personal trainer. I was training every single day. I was like doing, you know, absolutely everything in terms of training for hours a day and all that kind of stuff. And yet I was binge eating every single day. I was, you know, sabotaging. That was my sabotage, that I believed that, well, I didn't really deserve the body I wanted. So therefore, even though I did all this work for it, if I just, you know, if I then ate like 7 times the amount of calories, well, then that wouldn't have made a difference, would it? So therefore, I was back to square one and knowing that I wasn't worthy of it. But I'm getting off on a tangent, as I always do. Yeah, I don't know what the sweater comment was. Very random. Whatever. People are allowed to be random. That's the thing. That's allowed. But yeah, when it comes to coaching, when it comes to being a coach and your clients aren't getting the results, and like, let's be honest here, I'm not talking about when you truly know deep down that you're a shit coach and you're giving them shit advice. That's not what I'm talking about. That's not you. That's not anyone who's ever followed me, I don't think. And if they have, then they would have moved on very quickly. So that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm not talking about you actually knowing that you're a shit coach and you're bad at what you do and you don't deserve to be in this world or whatever. No, I'm talking about when you know that you're actually putting in the effort, you're showing up, you're always there for them, you're always you believe in them, you see their potential, and you're really giving your best, right, out of who you are and out of what you do, but your clients still aren't getting those results. And it's something that the really simple shift that I want to talk about that you can make to change this. And it's a very simple shift, but it's very also powerful and very, it will change everything, right? So it's one simple shift, but it will change everything. And it is making a commitment, making a decision within yourself, however you do this, when you decide on something, when you decide to solidify something in yourself, whether it's affirmations, whether it's journaling, whether it's just making a fucking decision, that's also powerful, whatever it is. And you make the decision that from now on, you are not open to attracting people for desperation. You are only working from a place of inspiration. This is something that I learned from John DeMartini a little while ago in one of his books. I think it's, How to Get Rich and Still Get to Heaven. I think that was the book. It's a great book with amazing affirmations in there. How to Be a Millionaire and Still Get to Heaven or something like that. And one of the affirmations is I work from inspiration, not desperation. Now, I change this because I do understand the way that the brain works, and it always will cling to every word without the connotation of yes or no. So I didn't want the word desperation at all in my affirmations. So it was just purely from, I now work with people from a place of inspiration always. And the difference here is, right, when someone's desperate, when someone's basically looking for their savior, they're looking for their hero. And I've been in that position as well, where I'm just like, I'm so fucked up. I can't possibly do this anymore. Every diet I try doesn't work. Every time I do something for a little while, I then self-sabotage, blah, blah, blah. I'm so fucking desperate. Just give me something, right? I was so in a desperate place. And whoever I found at the time was usually a quick fix, right? So it'd be like some stupid juice diet or like lemon detox diet or God, something else like that. And I would do it. And of course I would just sabotage even worse because it's not actually a helpful thing in any way. So obviously I would, try and starve myself for like a day and a half and then cave and just end up eating everything, like everything. And that's what you get when you ask from a place of desperation, right? And when you're attracting people who are also in that state of desperation, when they realize that you're not the quick fix solution, when they realize that you're legit, that you're actually there to, that you actually believe in them, that you actually believe that they're worthy of wanting what they want, they're going to run screaming because they're not ready for it, right? They were looking for something else. And you were like, they were looking for I don't know, the Mars bar, and you were the double choc decadent cake from a French Parisian cafe, right? And that's what they got. And they were looking for the fucking Mars bar. And they went in and they were ready for their shit little Mars bar packaged up and like carted all around the world or whatever. And they got like this high level, transformational, life-changing chocolate cake in Paris, and they don't know what to do with it, right? It's not what they were looking for. It's not, then they don't feel worthy of it. They feel like, I don't, this isn't me. I can't do this, right? And so they will fuck it up. And you will be the one left feeling like, why can't I help this person? Why do they keep turning their back on themselves, right? When you attract from a place of inspiration, you attract people like yourself, right, who are ready to find more, right? And they're looking for more. They've had the Mars bars. They know that the fucking Mars bars are always there, right? They're not hard to get. They know that. They know that it's there. They're looking for more. They're looking for that fancy chocolate cake in Paris. That's what they want. They don't want it carted over here. They want to be able to fly to Paris and get it and eat it there, right? They know that they are inspired by you to want more. They're not coming from a place of just give me something chocolatey. I don't care what it is. Just give me something, right? I don't know if that analogy worked. I think it did. Let me know. So funny. I logged on to the video of yours because I know we both have this mindset. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. But yeah, so that's just a random analogy that I came up with in terms of this desperation versus inspiration thing, right? But I feel like when you make that shift just within yourself, right? Yourself. And you decide that from now on I'm coming from a place of inspiration, things change. First of all, clients that you would have had in the past, you'll lose them. The ones who are doing this over and over, where they're just going around in circles, saying they want something, then they're not wanting it, they're not doing the work, then going MIA, then coming back and saying they want it again, and you know, the whole boy cried wolfing thing all over themselves, basically. And I'm not saying that every single person who, you know, comes and goes or something is doing that. Not at all. Not at all. I have plenty of people who come and go for different reasons, and you can tune in, like, especially if you're in touch with your intuition and your gut feeling, you can tune in very quickly and be like, what's going on? Is this person, where's this person coming from, right? But the thing is, I used to shut off my gut for a very long time. I would just be like, no, I really believe in this person. They're really going to be back. And I would talk myself into it based on all the times that they have shown up and they have done the work and they have committed to things. And I would basically tell myself that therefore they're going to be that person again, when my intuition was saying they're not there yet, right? They have a long way to go before they're out of their desperation phase and ready for inspiration. Right now, they're still in that desperation phase. And all that you're doing by keeping those clients, those people, those whatever in your life is solidifying that, yeah, you actually don't deserve to have people whose lives you can transform, right? And like I said, this isn't... You know that you're an amazing coach. You know that you're amazing at what you do, whether it's coaching, whether it's whatever else, doesn't matter. You know that you are amazing at what you do, and you know that it is powerful, and you know it is transformative when you are with the right person. Stop wasting your time with the wrong person and the wrong people, trying to just like beating your head up against the wall, trying to save them when they don't want to be saved. Basically, and that's a big problem. Like, not only have you got a savior complex about being a hero and fixing them, but they're not even in the market for a savior right now. They're in the market for a breakdown, possibly. They need to hit rock bottom still before they go anywhere else. But sure as hell, like I said, they're looking for that Mars bar, and you're showing up with your fancy ass Parisian double chocolate glaze cake, and you're wondering why they're not respecting you the way that you deserve, and that why they're not respecting the relationship and their growth and whatever it is they're working on, because they're not there yet. It's as simple as that. They may get there one day. They may not. We don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. Well, Source knows. Universe always knows. But they're not ready. They're not ready to go there and ask that yet. And so all you're doing is solidifying in your own mind that you're not worth it, because you're going to keep like I said, bashing your head up against the wall, hoping that something changes, right? When they're ready, they will change and they will come to you and they will come to someone else or whatever. You never know what happens, but you can't force someone there. You can't force someone there, and you cannot teach someone self-worth. They need to come to that decision themselves. And they do actually need to be in a position to be ready and open to considering it before they go ahead, because otherwise that's not something you can help with. There's something in coaching that I think gets taught quite often is that, and this gets taught in the world quite often, that you can't change someone who won't change themselves, right? You can never fix someone who isn't ready to fix themselves. It's that even in like biblical type stuff. I don't know if you ever heard like that analogy of, there's a fisherman, he's out in the water, he's now stranded out in the ocean. He doesn't know how he's going to get home. He's got stranded or whatever, and he's just got on his little raft. And after day one, a boat comes along and he goes, no, I don't need help, thank you. God's going to save me. The next day, another boat comes along and again he turns them away and says, no, it's okay. I know God's going to save me. And he sits there on his raft and he prays and he says, God, save me. And this keeps going or whatever. And then by a few days or whatever, he's about to die and he goes, God, I believed in you. I had faith in you. I said that I knew that you were going to come and save me. Why didn't you save me? I'm your good disciple. And God comes down and says, well, I sent you all these boats. I sent you all this help. You have to help yourself. Like, I sent you exactly what you asked for. At some point, you have to just take it. You can't just sit there on your ass and literally expect just everything to fall into your lap. But unfortunately, and I think it's a good analogy, because unfortunately, that's where a lot of people are. They're looking for that Mars bar, not the fancy ass chocolate cake. They're looking for the quick fix solution. They're looking for the magic pill. They're looking for someone to just, snap their fingers and make it all better. And you're not that person. Nobody's that person. The only person that can be that person is them. And they're sure as fuck not going to step up and be that person for themselves just yet, are they? No, because they would not be looking for someone to do this for them if they were in fact that person, right? Like, could you imagine me sitting around going, well, can someone just like come and hand me $1 million and like give me a business class ticket to Europe and let me just travel around the world? Fuck no. Of course I'm not going to be saying that, because that shit is not something that is empowered. That shit is not something that comes from someone who is looking for inspiration and who is looking to actually create change in their life, right? So ask yourself, this is really powerful. Ask yourself when you're working with someone and you're not sure where they're at. I love my little setup here. And you're not sure where they're at, and you're not sure if where they're going with their implementation and whether you're actually going to get anywhere. And ask yourself, this stuff that they're saying, the stuff that they're saying has, held them back or whatever, would you ever say that? Would you ever say that kind of stuff? And if the answer is fuck no, then you're not working with the right person. And therefore, you can't help them, because they're not looking for your help, right? If you cannot even relate to this person when they give their excuses or whatever, like there's plenty of times, like I said, where people have not piked out of, but taken a step back from something and then come back and stepped out and come back or whatever. But I can see myself in that position, and I can see myself and go, yeah, okay, I can understand where that person's at. Absolutely. That is something that I could imagine myself saying. So therefore I resonate. Therefore I know that this person is someone I'm still meant to work with, versus when they come back and they give their 50 million excuses about whatever it is, and you're listening on the other side of the phone and you're like, this is bullshit. Like, I would never say this kind of stuff. This is absolute crap. I can't believe you're still, after working with me for this long, I can't believe you're still saying this shit. If that's what you're saying, they're not your person. And every time you take them back, every time you put in the effort once again to try and pull them out of their little self-imposed jail that they've set themselves in, you once again just revalidate that I don't deserve amazing clients, and therefore I deserve clients who are going to not do the work, who are not going to get the results, and who are going to make me feel shit about myself, and make me doubt whether I'm any good, when really it's that I'm attracting the completely wrong people, which will forever after this live stream be known as Mars bar people, as opposed to fancy ass Parisian chocolate double glazed cake people. which I may or may not now need to actually go to Paris for. I need to go to Paris anyway when we're traveling through Europe because I need more perfume. But now I think I need to locate this chocolate cake that I've made up in my mind and is now sounding incredible, and I need to locate this and I need to eat it and I need to live stream about it and I need to show you all what this amazing hypothetical Parisian double chocolate glaze amazing cake looks like, because I feel like I've really talked it up now. So that's where I'm at. That's the people I work with. Delicious, delicious chocolate double glazed Parisian chocolate people. No Mars bar people, although I do love a good Mars bar occasionally. Now I'm just rambling, which is pretty normal. I have actually considered in the past just setting a camera up on live stream while I sit around and chat with my husband or chat with one of my friends, just so you can see the random shit that comes out of my mouth, because it is incredible. Like, I say some really profound shit in the context of really not so profound stuff. It's sometimes amazing that I have enough of these thoughts in my head to actually do both, but that's what I do. So I'm going to leave it there. Let me know. I don't know if I missed some comments. I don't know. It's not letting me scroll very well. But if you're watching, please say hello. If you're watching on the replay, also please say hello. And make sure I'd love to know, is this resonating with you? Let me know what you think and whether you are going to try making this decision now to step out of desperation and into inspiration, and to really allow, the perfect clients for you to come in and do the work and do what needs to be done, and stop taking it so personally and stop feeling like there's something wrong with you because your clients aren't getting the results. Because remember, at the end of the day, would you ever blame someone else for how your life turned out? And I really think that anyone watching me, I know Ashley, you don't even need to answer that, Ashley, I know you wouldn't. But anyone else watching who I don't know right now, ask yourself, would I ever blame anyone else for the way my life turned out? And if the answer is no, then why in the world would you be taking that on for why your clients aren't getting the results? Again, when you know that you are doing the work, that you are incredible, that what you're teaching them, what you're helping them with, and your intention and your focus and your love for them is strong and passionate and really about transforming their lives and helping them, when you know you're coming from that place and your clients aren't getting results, why in the world would you want to work with someone who's just going to blame you anyway, right? That's not you. You would never blame someone, anyone else, for the way that your life turned out or didn't turn out, or what's happening or what's not happening, or how much money you have made or haven't made or whatever. So therefore, if you're working with people who are in that position where they're going to be the kind of person to blame you because they didn't step up and do the work, let it go. That's not your person, and you don't want to be anywhere near those kind of people. They have a lot of shit to sort out in order to actually get to a place where they can move forward in their lives. Because as long as you're blaming someone else, as long as you're letting somebody else as long as you're letting somebody else have the power to ruin or impact or change your life, which, hey, don't get me wrong, like I love that I can change and impact people's lives. Positively, hopefully, most of the time. I don't know. If there's negative people, they can leave. But the point is, like, you want to be able to know that you can impact people in the way that you intend, in the way that you are focused, and the intention and the focus that you're bringing. If they're not ready to be receptive to it, there's nothing else you can do about it. And, I just felt like this was something really important to come on and talk about, because it doesn't get talked about often enough, because especially with newer coaches and that kind of stuff, you feel like you've got to live up to a certain standard and say certain things and look a certain way, and that if your clients aren't getting results, that you've got to, I don't know, fudge them or kind of talk them up or make them sound better than they are or whatever it is. And you know what? It's just not like that. If you are going through a growth phase, then you are going to be at that stage at some point where you realize that my clients aren't getting results, and I need to change something within me, that little shift out of desperation into inspiration and into what you do and don't settle for, and see what happens, right? Because like I said, you know your worth, you know what you are bringing to the table. You got to make sure that the person sitting at that table wants it. Because if they're just walking down the road looking for their Mars bar and they sit down at your table with the beautiful, beautiful cake in Paris, they weren't meant to sit there. They were meant to just keep walking. And that is my analogy that I can't stop talking about. So I'm going to leave it there. But yes, that's it. Before I go, if you want to know about the webinar that we've got on tonight, I don't know if you saw my post before. It's going to be an absolute powerhouse female-driven webinar tonight. It's really, really powerful. This is the 90% automated platform that you probably hear me talk about, I don't know, often enough. So it's the reason that so many of my friends and people in this team are making, 4, 5, 6 figures a month online. They get to travel the world, just like I'm going to in a couple of months, or just, create their freedom the way that they want it. Quit their jobs, do whatever they want to do, live their life with time and financial freedom and all that kind of stuff. So we've got a free webinar on tonight. It's a short webinar, probably about half an hour, but it's a really, really powerful one. If you've ever wanted to know about this and you happen to be a powerhouse, badass, superstar female. There we go. We'll go with that. This is the one you want to be on, because we've got 3. We've got Laura, who's going to be actually hosting the webinar, and then another 2 powerhouse females who are joining her, who are going to talk about their story. And I've forgotten the exact numbers, but you can see it on my post. I think Laura's had a $6,000 something week. And then the other 2, I think, have had $7,000 and $5,000 week or whatever it is. So it's absolutely incredible. And yeah, they're going to be on to obviously talk about that and then also explain how the platform works. So if you're interested in finding out more about it and how we do what we do, this will be an amazing one to jump on, because you're going to love them. They're absolute superstars, and they're just like me. So you're going to probably resonate really well with them. If you want the details for that, just let me know. I'll send you a private message and I'll get you the link so you can tune in and watch that. If for whatever reason, you're, busy tonight or whatever, or it's just a bad time because you happen to be not in Australia, because it's just in a few hours, then let me know anyway. Send me a private message and I can send you the replay when that is out. Okay, cool. I will leave it there. Have an amazing rest of the evening. I'll talk to you guys really soon, and remember, live life on purpose. Bye.